السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معكم نيرد جيرل جيمر، والنهاردة هنكمل اكت 3 تقريبا من قصة سوميرو. انا قلت بقى اعملها فيديو مسجل عشان الموضوع اسمه ايه، اللايف ستريمينج، يعني مش يعني اليومين دول محدش بيحضر قوي، وبالنسبة لي اسهل يعني. بقى دلوقتي بقى التسجيل اسهل بصراحة. او يعني ممكن ابقى يعني مش فاضية ان انا اعمل لايف ستريمينج وابقى طول الوقت متواجدة وكده. فقلت خلاص خليها يبقى ايه، تسجيل، وممكن بقى وقت ما اعمل edit الفيديو بقى وقت ما افضى يعني. انا بس المفروض تسجيل الفيديو بيبقى ساعة، فاقصى حاجة ساعة يعني في البي اس 4. فانا هعمل بس ايه، ساعة، عشان ايه منساش، ساعة ل5 دقايق برضه، عشان ايه اقدر انهي الفيديو. لو طبعا انا ممكن اسجل اكتر من ساعة، يعني منهيش قصدي الفيديو على ساعة، علشان القصة برضو كبيرة، فممكن اعمل فيديو زي ما بعمل ستريم مثلا ساعتين وشوية او 3 ساعات وكده، فممكن اعمله ساعتين امشي كده يعني. هو بس اقصى حاجة في البلاي ستيشن ساعة للاسف يعني. لا ثواني، انا يعني قبل ما ابدا الفيديو قعدت اسجل، يعني اجرب كذا سماعه عندي واسجل، كل شويه يبقى في مشكله، يا سماعه يبقى فيها تكرار في الصوت، يا اما اللي انا شغاله دلوقتي ساعات بيبقى فيها تشويش. اول ما استخدمتها كان فيها تشويش عالي جدا والصوت مش باين قوي، ويعني وساعات ما يطلعش الصوت، لحد ما ايه لقيتها الحمد لله اشتغلت شويه. فمش عارفه يعني السماعه اللي بيحصل فيها تكرار في الصوت دي برضو، دي انا لسه يعني جديدة، مش عارفة ايه مشكلة المايك فيها يعني. الاقي الصوت بيتردد، صوت اللعبة نفسها، وساعات صوتي برضه لما باجي اشوفه في التسجيل بعد كده الاقي صوتي هو نفسه كمان بيتردد او بيتكرر يعني. لكن صوت اللعبة نفسه بيتكرر في نفس الوقت، يعني تحس ان في زي صدى صوت كده مع الصوت بتاع الشخصيات. مش عارفة في ايه، موعودة انا بموضوع السماعات ده يعني. مفيش حاجة بتمشي معايا. احلى حاجة ان صوت قصدي اسم البتاع دي ايه، اكاشا بالسز ذا كلبة فليم رايزز. كلبة فريم. مش عارفة مين اللي اختار الاسم ده الصراحة. مش عارفين عندهم ان كلبة دي عندنا حاجة وحشة يعني، شتيمة. يس ماشي. اخر حاجة كان فيها ايه اصلا؟ يا رب يا رب الفيديو ما يبقاش فيه اي تشويش، او فجأة السماعة كده تستعبط مثلا ولا حاجة. يا رب بتمشي كده صوت يبقى سموث وجميل، يعني ما بيبقاش ان وانا بعمل اديت الفيديو ان الصوت بتاعي مش باين اصلا. التشويش بعتذر بس عن كل شوية ده، عشان بس انا عندي حساسية بس مزمنة، فايه الجو ده بالذات بيبقى الواحد في أبهى حالاته يعني. ماشي قبل ده افتكرته سايمون. كانديس. ماشي. هو اخر حاجة خالص كان
Everyone is already waiting inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Please.
اللي هي الحرب اللي هنشنها على السيجز والناس دول الفتول كده.
Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one. What do you mean? Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless. What do you think? Okay.
ماشي يا اسطى. Akasha pulses the كلبة flame.
They're all waiting for you.
ماشي يا اختي. فين؟ هنا ولا لا؟ مش هنا. فين يابا؟ استنى نسرقكوا الاول. حلو، بتفيدني الحاجات دي عشان ألفل فوق صح؟ نوك نوك نوك. انا كنت افضل والله الستريمينج عشان بيترفع على طول غير بقى ما اقعد، بس حاليا صعب الموضوع ده شويه، يعني زي ما بقولكوا محدش بيحضر. حتى انا كنت ساعات بعمل وانا عارفه ان ممكن محدش يبقى فاضي يحضر دلوقتي، بس عشان كمان بنتي بتصحى في النص، يعني هنا اقدر لو صحيت ومش عارفه اكمل او في مشكله اتعطلت فيها وكده ممكن اقدر ان انا اقطع الحته دي عشان حتى الفيديو ما يطولش كده يعني.
We already discussed things a bit.
والله من غيري.
Hey, where have you been?
Are you ready? Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Telling me impressed.
طبعا مش هعرف الخطه لما اثناء الاكسكيوشن يعني.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move.
You're making time on.
مش هعرف الا وهي بتتنفذ اصلا قدامي يعني. مش فاهم جميل. very beautiful.
You're finally done.
لودينج يشل ايه ده؟ يعني انا سامعه صوت الحاجه من قبل ما تظهر، عارفين لما الصوت يسبق الصوره مثلا بتتفرج على حاجه فيلم او فيديو كده.
I have
حاجه مش
some other
نافعه.
stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be. That's what I wanted to hear. Well, traveler.
فكرني بعلاقه نينج وانج
Judging
واسمها
from
ايه
your expressions, the
وبيدو.
meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things must have...
جانا بهارة بردي
I'm a
ايه.
little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know.
Candace gave us a cup.
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us, we'll be...
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So please, take care. You're welcome. And thank you. Good luck. With everything.
انتوا خوفتونا انا شخصيا. ميت اب الهيثم وهيثم زي ما بيقولوا. بس نتريق المايتس
Sounds good. I'll go make some preparation.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also,
Yes, she did. But I think my point, our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must go beyond that and I hope this is clear to you.
huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost the...
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
الهيثم عملي يا بنتي.
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of our situation.
Yes,
We
okay.
all have our jobs to do after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on the front lines.
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar.
ليه هو شكله سكولر شكله soldier.
But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic insight. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single day.
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment.
خلاوي ثقة زيادة أوي في
That
نفسه.
reminds me. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have
I'm
a good
فاكراه.
memory. Forbidden knowledge is the power
I
that
don't
drives
usually
people
have a good
insane,
memory
but
بس
this
يعني أنا
fact
فاكراها.
has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the academia for some time, was
خلاص
never
كده عشان
once
أنا
informed of this.
استنى عشان أقراها تاني من الأول عشان أنا ما خدتش بالي من كلام. Try to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked, never once found it.
I think those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen victim to the corrupting qualities of forbidden knowledge, but the academia has always held a different view. They have always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of coming.
أنا حسيت بكده إن اللي بيجننهم حاجة
The
تانية.
academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and thus always approached the issue from the wrong direction. The Withering, Elazar, and the Sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert?
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sandstorm.
لا ممكن يكون ال forbidden knowledge ده هو اللي caused Irminsul disease أصلا
At least,
in the first
that's
place.
what Tainari told. Wait a second.
You've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness may precisely be
Yes!
the pollution from forbidden knowledge.
هو مش ده اتقال المرة اللي فاتت أصلا؟ أنا حاسة إن أنا مجبتش حاجة جديدة من عندي يعني منطقي. هو الالنس اللي حصل لإرمنسول من ال forbidden knowledge اللي هي ريكيرفادا حاولت إنها يعني اسمها ايه تساعد الناس وتنقذهم يعني منه فحصل لها كده.
But if that's the case, what should we do? This is huge.
يعني يا جماعة أنا حاسة يعني دي نتيجة منطقية أوي يعني very obvious يعني.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
أنا استغربت الرد بفاه برضه. She said the key to the air that contained within the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord.
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole the world forget me thing?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only by working with her to save Irminsul can we completely resolve the problem Sumeru currently faces.
بنت سعيدة.
To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on the state of some of our preparatory work.
أهلا.
Where are we going?
To an Aramite base.
What تعمل ايه؟ Go to MRP. نعم حاضر اهو تعال.
Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are they?
I gave them some technical.
It's the scribe. Is that the sound?
ايه ده؟
According to your instructions, one of them is already ready for use, while the others are still.
Aren't those devices for clear knowledge extraction?
Look here.
شبه بتاع الرسم.
What's that look on your face?
Paimon's a little scared, but
That's an interesting response. Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet.
بس يا بنتي عشان الماوس المايك
As
اتحركش.
I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. And according to the plan we just came up with, Traveler, record something into this capsule. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali?
هيعمل ايه بقى؟
I understand, but trust me, this is something we have to do. Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Personality. As a result, everything went without a hitch, and everyone recognized the now, read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no doubt. And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these capsules aren't meant to be used by you.
Huh? What did...
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born.
هيبقى
And
حاجة
this device
trustworthy
has
بالنسبة لي.
always supported you during times of... After all that time, what do you think you'd...
a fool?
ماشي.
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would you need to identify the gray area?
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hand.
Things you're interested in are really out there. Are all Sumeru scholars like this?
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to
بس
take
كلامه
those
منطقي.
two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for the next step.
أرجوك عشان بسيب عليه يعني. لا هو كان منطقي فعلا. أنا كده ممكن
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your whoop?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still...
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see...
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
المشكلة الواحد مش عارف البلان أصلا. مش عارفة أشارك برأيي. طيب
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of the specifics. But then, we went to Al-Haytham for suggestions. Had I known Al-Haytham would give you those kinds of suggestions,
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side.
mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate to make sacrifices if they deem the situation to be sufficiently dire.
Seems you really do understand the ways.
Traveler, Paimon. This is also... Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards, in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we work with the guard?
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter the city as a big group. There is no better way.
ساينو يبقى معاهم كضمان يعني.
That also sounds like something Al-Haytham told you. Am I right?
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous this...
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job done. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would... I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people. I think he made a number of valid.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm again.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can...
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important things like that.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help?
بس يا جو بس يا جو بس يا حبيبتي.
We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have to struggle directly with the guards. That should help at least a little bit.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs on. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please, lend us...
Well, now that you've put it that way. But remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon. And
Okay, you have a deal. Let's do this.
the guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
ماشي. وفوق ولا في تحت ولا إيه؟
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's Guide and Regulations on Secret Operations, I have the right to ask for the cooperation.
Ah, of course, of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. Just like... But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting? Depending on the scale of this operation, we may need to report it.
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos.
أقمر.
They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the
As many as Ain al-Ahmar. This should definitely be classified as a joint operation.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible. And treat it as a top priority.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
اتصل بيه في التليفون يا ابني.
Because this is work.
إيه؟ خدتش بيه.
Because I trust you.
شكرا يا
I
اسطى.
can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing, aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer... Even if that guard doesn't know, they're superior...
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry. The guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped...
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Mahamatra, it's bound to attract a lot of unwanted attention. No matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in sharing the news of Sino's departure.
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will affect our operation.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must actually. Considering the power of the Akasha,
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, if you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave, but things like that never happened again after we met up with the...
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your action?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit an existing logic model.
بناء على الانتري يعني اللي جاي لهم من الشخص ده، فبيتوقعوا ان الشخص ده ممكن يبقى تحركاته فين كده بناء على المنطق يعني.
However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times?
مش دايما لا.
Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable?
مبرمجيننا يعني ولا
In
ايه؟
the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could sway you or your thoughts, the Akasha could produce predictions that were similar to your real-life behavioral principles.
في وجود بقى ترافلر الموضوع
Decisive
اختلف.
and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. Any one of us could potentially disagree with another.
ما بقاش اللي هي اسمها ايه الافكار بتاعته هو لوحده.
The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions in the
بعتذر على
past.
الصوت بس.
After all, there's probably a limit to just how much we can be modeled or controlled by data. So, in my opinion, you're...
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past.
I'm so glad that this...
Next time, pay attention during our meetings.
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District. My name is Luxembourg.
مين؟ مش لوكسمبورغ لوكسمبورغ يا
This is my
لوكسمبورغ.
assistant, the Traveler. She will be working with me.
كونستراكت بيسميها كونستراكت.
Bright as the sun.
يا عم.
And, is this the latest technology from the Academia?
هي صح بالظبط. هي بايمون دي ليتست تكنولوجي، هي جهاز كده ماشي معايا في كل حتة. تليفون يعني ما محتاج مثلا اتواصل مع حد بتصل بيه عن طريقها كده يعني. لو ايه your golden hair is as bright as the sun فكرتني بسانسا في جيم اوف ثرونز لما كانت عايزة تتجوز اسمه الحمار ده اللي هو من اللي هما اسمهم ايه والله نسيت اسم العيلة ونسيتهم والله العظيم. ابن سيرس لانسترز الواد اسمه ايه لانستر ده عشان شعره ذهبي عايزة واجيب عيال شعرهم ذهبي تافهة اوي.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a
بس
dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation.
بس
To be perfectly honest, I always long to go on a mission with someone as well known as yourself.
بس يا حبيبتي اسكتي بس يا ماما.
There's no need for flattery.
انت الفيديو كله هقعد اتخانق معاكي ولا ايه؟ بس بتلعب حضرتها المايك مش
Take your
مستحمل.
most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Map,
Hurry, bring the map.
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them.
يا ولاد
Any
اللي
questions about the time or...
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. And now, we're going to strike back against that massive pillar of power.
بس يا
Get ready. We will move out and...
2 days later.
Boats are made.
Time for the operation!
شو وقت البوت سميه؟
Sino in the desert!
Though it is where many think.
اوكي.
Look! Over there! Our helpers have arrived already! Let's hurry over!
Wait a moment.
ثواني فين القائد بتاعهم؟
It's you!
You're my assistant, remember?
ايوه مينفعش اتصرف من نفسي.
Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his
Oh,
assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
حاسة في حاجة go wrong.
I'm glad to hear your
Sorry.
sense of resolve. Remember, they are our only leads for the case. If they die...
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west. Make preparations to be ready for combat.
Oh my god.
Warm welcome. Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems.
Rama, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling illicit sales.
No use smoking. Matra from the Academia.
I'm not gonna talk.
Given this much time to take the That's right. Let's wash our brains in their blood. Let's go.
عارفة. لسه زمان ماشي. ما قتلهمش صح؟
Solidify. I will have order.
انتوا فين يا عيال؟
Be still. Mind the deluge. Cascade. Burn.
يا عم. Talk to Sino.
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Aramite mercenaries and related personnel.
Ah, you pitiful Dendro Archon dogs!
I'm
تمثيل
afraid
بقى.
you'll regret it.
King Deshret will curse you, and you will all...
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia.
yes, sir.
خشب ما تبوظوش.
I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please come to Caravan Rebot and ask for me.
Understood.
الخطة مشيت عليكم. بس ما تدوسيش على حاجة.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes, things went perfect.
That's fantastic. And that speech you gave Rama sure was convincing enough.
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport. I promise.
Yeah, you're the reason why everything went so well.
It's not the time to celebrate yet. I believe Dia should already be waiting for you. Go join up with her. She will need you to introduce her to Tainari.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari? What if he'll feel miffed about it and refuse to...
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side. He knows I won't make... If we need help, Tainari is... Get ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't.
Ermita no credita. Achievement. Ermita ne credit. Credite. Help sign get management. ماشي. لوكي عايز اعمل سحبية كده. خسرت ناهدة على منى. I can't believe it. Of course مفيش حاجة طبعا ولا حتى 4 نجوم. جزء منحوسة. Go to Caravan داهية. مش تعال نروح نقابل داهية سوف. رايحين جايين قاعدة في الكافيه حضرتك.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? Here you... In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place, downed 7 drinks, and even did some clothes shop.
Sorry. We didn't mean...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of...
but where should we start?
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure he won't get in our way when we rescue Lesser Lord. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the Doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us.
Yeah.
No.
We sure don't want him showing up. Ooh.
Sonó خبيث.
Really good spy on the creep.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the Academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust.
ماشي ندور تايناري ونقنعه ان هو يدينا معلومات عن الدكتور. اخر معلومات عنه.
The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just...
But I thought mercenaries would do...
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge...
how much more do you want?
يا عم دي
How
بتهزر.
much do I want? Hey, how about paying me
أيوة.
with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried. Looking good. I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm.
تعكسينا ولا ايه؟
There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile. Let's go. It's time to pay a visit to Party's DI.
عسل دي دي. That's why I got say make Paradise DI. طيب بصوا بقى يا جماعة، انا ايه السماعة كل شوية، يعني انا شفت المايك يعني اوريدي سجلت ساعة تقريبا او ساعة الا الصوت فعلا كل شوية يوش يعني، لازم اظبط الموضوع ده بقى قبل ما اعمل فيديو تاني يعني. فاشوفكم الفيديو الجاي ان شاء الله، وسلام.